This is Future Talk.
Future Talk.
Future Talk with Omnial Saleh and Hani Balkis.
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Monday. This is the last week we say happy Monday without saying happy new day or new beginning to your week because, starting next week, Monday will actually be our new Sunday.
Yes, we're going to be having a Monday blues instead of Sunday blues.
Yes, indeed. We have lots and lots to share with you about what's happening in the tech world, in the UAE, and all around the world. And today, we're going to the moon and beyond because we're going to be talking about the 2022 Horizon in Space race. We've got lots lined up right here in the UAE for space exploration when it comes to the new year. And as we come closer and closer to the start of 2022, we need to talk about what's going to be our very own resolutions when it comes to space exploration.
Yes, and as one good friend of mine used to say, Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. But ladies and gentlemen, we're also talking about Apple's iPhone 15 Pro and how it might come without a SIM card slot. We still haven't even hit iPhone 14, and a lot of rumors are speculating that the iPhone 15 won't have a SIM card slot. We're going to get into that in just a bit as well.
I'm actually excited for it not to have a SIM card slot because I believe all the issues that have been coming up with the iPhone 13 have been because of the whole eSIM situation. Coming up on today's show, we're talking all about Tesla and how they have officially disabled the gaming while driving feature. Are we excited about this, or are gaming enthusiasts a bit disappointed by this news? Share with us your thoughts, and we're going to be discussing it in just a few moments.
Now, when it does come to Tesla, Tesla has been getting a lot of hits internationally. A lot of critics have been saying maybe Tesla isn't the way to go. Really excited to talk about the story in just a bit. And also, for our Gadget of the Day segment, we're talking about a Swedish company that is offering a COVID-19 pass that goes right under the skin. Now, all the conspiracy theorists are going crazy right now, and they're saying, yes, they wanted to track us. It's all coming into life, full circle. But we're going to be explaining it to you guys in just a bit, so don't worry.
Yes, indeed. In the world of weird tech, we're talking all about a robot chef that can cook Master Chef recipes. If you've always wanted to try out those recipes that have been coming on.
I don't think I want to do Future Talk anymore, Omnia.
Why?
Because every time we have to talk about food.
It's about food.
It's about food. We have to have something related to techie food. And I get hungry and I go home and I'm just like hungry and I have to cook something for myself and I'm a horrible cook. And I end up ordering from Talabat.
Oh my God.
And I end up, spending money. So
you're lucky you weren't here yesterday. I was talking about a lickable TV.
A lickable TV?
Yeah, how you can now taste the food behind the screen.
I don't know how that actually makes me feel, but it's giving me a lot of feelings, and I want everyone else to know if they're feeling feelings.
Let's feel them.
Let's feel it with our tongues on a TV screen.
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
To infinity and beyond. We are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, to the moon
Where
and
did
beyond.
that British accent come from?
I always felt like Buzz Lightyear sounded a little bit British, cowboy American.
How do these two merge?
I don't know.
The British is something.
I haven't watched Toy Story in a while, but
God.
when I hear the word and beyond, you always think about Buzz Lightyear, to infinity and beyond.
Oh
Or Bed Bath & Beyond. But ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about to the moon and beyond. We're talking about a very busy 2022 that's on the horizon in the race to space. Around 50 years ago, maybe 60 years ago, we had a race to space. And once again, we have another race to space.
Yes, indeed. And from launching the first Arab mission to the moon to glimpsing the early universe using the world's most powerful telescope that we actually talked all about yesterday, it's by far the biggest and the most well-researched telescope that the world has ever witnessed, and that will hopefully bring back to Earth a lot of answers that we never had. The moon will continue to be a major focus in global space exploration for the year 2022. Now, the UAE has big plans to send its Rashid rover to the lunar surface this upcoming year, and it's basically going to begin a big decade of moon exploration programs. Space agencies in other parts around the world have also had similar goals when it comes to exploring the moon, since NASA also hopes to launch its very first Artemis program that is aimed to build a sustainable human presence on the moon also actually, it's not in 2022. They're starting it in 2022. The UAE is the first, and NASA will hopefully build that settlement by the year 2024 to 2025. South Korea, though, has also had plans to launch a lunar orbital as well.
Yes, and Omnia, unfortunately, I couldn't give the audience the news yesterday about the James Webb Telescope. It's such a big deal that even my dad yesterday was telling me, honey, tell me about the James Webb Telescope. And, it is a $10 billion space telescope from NASA and the European Space Agency. And it was launched in the skies on Christmas Day, so the 25th of December. And that is actually capable of seeing 13.5 billion years into the past. But going back and talking about the moon, the UAE is going to send a rover on the moon. Now, engineers at the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center have been planning a moon mission since 2017, and they have built a 10 kg rover called Rashid, and that will study lunar soil and its properties. It's scheduled for launch between August and December of next year, and it will land on the lunar surface. The rover then will be placed inside a lander that was built by iSpace, which is a Japanese private company. Now, the Hakuto-R lander will take off on a Falcon 9 rocket from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Fun fact, Omnia, my grandparents are at the Kennedy Space Center as we speak.
No way.
Swear to God. They're at the Kennedy Space Center as we speak.
What a coincidence.
Yes, they went to, because I do believe they're having an event regarding the James Webb Telescope. And, we live in Miami. And if I'm not wrong, I do believe the Kennedy Space Center is in Tampa or in Jacksonville. So it's about a 8-hour, 12-hour drive.
Oh, my God.
Yes, South Florida all the way going up to North Florida.
That is a long distance.
Yes, but it's worth the travel. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know your guys' thoughts. 4215. Would you like to go to the Kennedy Space Center and witness yourself history in the making? We are taking a short break, but when we come back, we're talking all about the iPhone 15 Pro. Honey, why are you guys talking about the iPhone 15? What about the 14? Well, we're going to be telling you guys why in just a bit, but we might do it a little bit softly.
This is Future Talk.
Future Talk.
Future Talk with Omnia Al Saleh and Hani Balkis.
We are talking all about the Apple iPhone 15, and I know what a lot of you are thinking. iPhone 13 was just launched, not even a couple months. Oh, it's actually been a while now, like 4 months ago?
September, October,
November.
So that's about
4
months. 4 months.
4 months. So it hasn't been that long of a while, but you know what? Apple is always one step forward. So we've kind of skipped talking about the iPhone 14 because rumors are it's either going to be a foldable phone or it's going to be more or less like a replica of iPhone 13, sadly. But foldable. He's already saving up money for the.
It's gonna probably cost like $15,000.
It is the 14 edition is still months away from launch. However, rumors around the iPhone 15 have already started surfacing, and we're talking all about the iPhone 15 potentially not having a physical SIM card. Any human who's bought the iPhone 13 must have heard of the different bugs that they've had when it comes to the SIM card. The rumors have it that iPhone 15 is going to have an eSIM card, so you buy the phone from the specific telecom provider and the card is installed within the phone, from my understanding. So you don't have to actually change it up or take it from one phone to the other.
Oh, this reminds me of back in the States, Omnia, specific telecom providers would provide certain phones for certain carriers. Now, the problem was with that is that people needed to unlock their phones if they decided to switch to another carrier.
Exactly.
So I personally don't believe that would be the smartest move by Apple. What would be a very smart move is for them to have the phones already be unlocked if you buy them from the Apple Store. And then I do believe even with your phone right now, Omnia, you can install an eSIM.
Yes, any phone.
Yes, I believe so. And you don't even have to go to a physical shop. You can do it online. They'll tell you what to do if you log in with your credentials of your telecom provider or the carrier. So I think that would be the better or more viable solution.
It's honestly, it's easy to use. So it's not as complex as we think it is. It's basically like using your normal SIM card, but it's just not physical. You don't have a physical copy of it. And you can even buy the plan whenever you need it from whatever operator that you'd like, from whatever telecom service that you wish to work with. And it would even suit your needs wherever you are. So let's say you travel often, you can get an eSIM card that is easily accessible or easily adaptable to whatever telecom provider you have in that specific country you're going to.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Where I didn't believe that every carrier, for example, if we have Itsalat or Du, you are inclined to only use Itsalat or Du.
Yeah.
Because then it just wouldn't be a viable phone. It wouldn't be in a realistic setting. Because again, people travel. I believe Omnia, when you travel, you change your SIM card.
Yeah.
You put your Itsalat or your UAE number in another phone.
Similar to the
Apple Watch.
to the Apple Watch that has cellular data.
Yeah, so again, is it going to be the future where we're looking at eSIMs will be dominating the market and we are no longer looking at a physical SIM card? Now, Apple is planning to ditch the SIM card slot, and it's very, hard to surprise that, since the tech giant is said to eventually move to a portless iPhone and even remove the SIM card slot, looking like the first step in that direction. They're looking at, charging your phone. What do they call that? MagSafe charger. It's already out right now, so soon enough, we're looking at you have to be inclined to use AirPods. There's no more wired earphones as well. So, as per, the rumors and rumor reports, 2023 is a long time to go, and it is best to wait for this information to be, correct and reliable sources before we consider a final verdict or a final opinion. But right here on Future Talk, we will have a final opinion. Omnia, your final opinion?
My final opinion, I think it's a great feature to have, and I don't think it's too far in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if they even announced it with the iPhone 14. However, for those who are worried about what if you buy the iPhone and you want to use it in a country that does not support eSIM, not all countries are well developed.
Ooh, nice one.
So in that case, you don't have to worry because Apple will still be providing an iPhone option where it will still have the physical SIM card so that, of course, they wouldn't lose or miss out on the big market that they have in countries that may not necessarily be extremely developed. India, Pakistan, any country in the world may not have the features of an eSIM just yet. So they're still catering to those as well.
Yes, iPhone or an Apple always coming out with new technology to make our brains tickle. We are taking a short break, ladies and gentlemen, but when we come back, we're talking about the most hated car manufacturer
as of right now.
Omnia, Tesla. What have they done now? Well, we're about to tell you guys in just a bit.
Check this out. Check this out. Oh, 95.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most hated car manufacturer at this moment in time. The name starts with Tesla. And
we can't be too generic though. What if the majority still like it, even though I don't know if you've seen. Very funny. Yeah, if you've seen the video in Paris, I don't know how you'd be still a fan of Tesla. Have you seen what they've done or what it has done?
Well, and in general, Tesla has been, bombarded by recent, news going around, and one of them being a very well-known YouTube star had his battery, break or per se ruined, and he went to Tesla to fix it. And they said, it's going to cost you $24,000. So what did this man do, Omnia?
What?
He went and burned the Tesla on YouTube.
Oh my God.
He burnt the Tesla on YouTube. And, as we are looking at more people using Tesla vehicles, more and more complaints are coming out of the customer support. The finishing on these cars, they call them cheap. And, yes, it's a minimalistic design, but it's very cheap design. And Elon Musk is not commenting on it. But, ladies and gentlemen, another feature or another nail in the coffin for Tesla is that Tesla is disabling gaming while driving feature.
I must say, I'm actually happy with this change.
Oops.
Yep, I am. Because I feel like as much as we say Tesla is self-driving, the past few months have proven to be not the best in supporting, self-driving capabilities for Tesla. The latest of them all has been the accident or the crash that was going viral all over social media. A Tesla car was zooming in crazy speeds through the streets of Paris, and it ended up causing a big fatal accident. And the cause behind it is because the person behind the wheel wasn't really paying attention, and the self-driving capabilities let him down or her down. So we do need to keep in mind that as much as we want to depend on tech as of this moment when it comes to self-driving cars is not very dependable, and being able to make changes to what features are accessible for the different people in the car is very important. So Tesla, or the U.S., actually filed an investigation by the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and they had been informed by Tesla that a software update would disable the feature while driving. And Elon Musk's Tesla has actually faced a lot of criticism that this feature was dangerous, and I agree. So I'm glad that there has been a change in that feature.
Yes, now Tesla has not issued any formal statement on the matter of removing, that gaming feature. I haven't seen any one of my friends. I have about 5 friends who have Teslas who have played it while driving most of the time when they're waiting. So it doesn't really matter, but it kind of removes from that seemingly autonomous feel, right? And in my personal opinion, Omnia, Tesla might be dethroned soon.
Oh, 100%.
And the biggest car maker right now that is coming to the neck of Tesla is a new car maker right out of America. It's called Lucid. Lucid Group. Read about it. Talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. This company is coming to the heads of Tesla. They're coming right to the neck. And that is because we are looking at an electric, fully autonomous, luxurious car that is affordable. 4215, ladies and gentlemen, let us know your guys' thoughts. What do you think about Tesla? And where is Tesla going to go down the line? Will they redeem themselves, or will they be named the biggest flop in electric vehicle history?
Gadget of the day.
New tech you might want to play with.
Pulse 95.
COVID, oh COVID. I can't believe we're about to start 2022 and we're still talking about the COVID-19 pandemic. But ladies and gentlemen, COVID is very real as of right now, and it's impacting people right here in the UAE more than we've had in the past few months. So make sure that you are abiding by all the safety precautions and precautionary measures that the UAE is taking, wearing your face mask. But let's talk a little bit about some gadgets that this one Swedish company has decided to use to help people live better with COVID, because they're offering what is known a COVID pass that gets under the skin. Now, this is definitely the worst nightmare that a lot of people have had, since many people tend to think that COVID is all like a 5G born scam and that we're being tracked by the vaccines that we're taking. So, yeah.
People with tinfoil hats right now are going bonkers. You know that Leonardo DiCaprio meme when he's like pointing like that? That's the same thing that's happening right now, especially with that tinfoil hat. I told you so. And, conspiracy theorists are going crazy right now. And a lot of people, I don't want to get into it because it's very controversial. But, this does add to the agenda of these conspiracy theorists. Now, a Swedish technology has, been implementing microchips under the skin and has been promoting its devices for use as a COVID-19 health pass in a country with actually thousands of early adopters. Now, it is still rare, even though several thousand Swedish people have opted to have an electronic implant that will be inserted under the skin in recent years, which will actually eliminate the need to remember key fobs, business cards, public transport cards, and even, recently vaccine passes. And they're kind of like an NFC. And I remember, Omnia, 3 years ago, we had a guest on the show. She's from Kuwait, and I believe she had her contact in her thumb.
Yep, she had all of her business card details.
Her Instagram,
yep,
her Twitter, all of her social media, everything personal to her, she had embedded or implanted in her thumb.
In a chip embedded in her thumb. And she was actually only able to use it in Sweden, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, in Sweden or the UK, one of both. And she was saying that she's so excited for a day to come where she can use it all around the world. So with this new chip implant, people are going to be worried of it becoming a new surveillance technology. But if you think about it, all of our wearables right now, they all register onto the cloud. So whether we like it or not, our information is stored somewhere. So they believe that this new technology, this new chip that would be implanted under your skin would basically become like an easy to carry ID. So instead of having your Emirates ID on you at all hands, you'd have it all embedded in a chip, including what your COVID-19 test results are. Have you been vaccinated? How many vaccines have you taken, etc. So these implants in Sweden would, as of right now, be voluntary. If you want to go ahead and get it, you can. The company is just offering them for people who want to use them. The good thing about it is they don't have a battery. They don't need you to recharge it. They can transmit signals by themselves, and they can never tell of your location. And they can only be activated when you touch them with your smartphone. So you still have some form of control over how the chip is used.
Now, Omnia, with a lot of, things right happening here in the UAE with means of your face being your ID for the rest of your life,
Yep.
we are looking at a massive digitalization adaptation right here in the UAE. And not even adaptation at this time, we are the leading in the region. And do you think that we should have, COVID passports implanted, or should our face be enough?
I don't see a difference, believe it or not.
I personally would think it would be better if it's just the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, if it's a chip, then you can easily remove it. But if it's your face, you can't get a
face transplant. But Omnia, funny enough, you say you can easily remove it. Have you ever watched Mission Impossible?
No.
Mission Impossible 3. If anyone's a Mission Impossible
I know
fan,
the
please
movie, but I
correct
haven't
me if I'm
watched it.
wrong.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He had a chip implanted in his neck, right? And this dates back to 2008, 2009. And the plot of the movie was they needed to get that chip out of Tom Cruise.
And they couldn't?
They could, but they had to find Tom Cruise. He's like a secret agent, like he's karate, Bruce Lee type of guy, Like
Yeah.
you say, hey, and he's like doing backflips, right? Mission Impossible. So, anyways, moral of the story is that people will now, maybe they'll go after your credit card information, because if I do believe, Omnia, the Kuwaiti guest we had, she could pay in Sweden with her thumb, with her wrist. And can you imagine, let's say, Omnia, I'm a very high profile person and, I'm rich. Everyone knows I'm rich, and someone kidnapped me and, they take out the skin. It's viable. People do crazy things for money.
Yeah, I agree. And
right?
people can actually, it would give a new way of scamming people, of stealing from people, because all they have to do is actually put you to sleep, get that chip out, and bam, they have all of your information. But with your face, it's a little bit more difficult. So I do agree. There are a lot of ethics around it and pros and cons. But I do feel like with certain things, with certain aspects, like your COVID pass, having it, I believe having it as your face or having it as a chip, it's still the same amount of information.
Still the same, yeah.
I agree, though, with you, face would be safer.
Yeah, and not only that, Omnia, like, for example, face as a security way, because, for example, let's go on the easiest type of technology, your iPhone. Your iPhone, Omnia, if you are not paying attention to the screen, it will not unlock. So if I right now take Omnia's phone and I put it to her while she's sleeping, it will not open. So that way, we're looking at another layer of security when the person is paying attention, very focused on the face scanner, then it will unlock, or then it will pay, or then it will show the COVID vaccine report or passport. 4215, ladies and gentlemen, let us know your guys' thoughts. I believe Face ID would be better. Omnia?
I agree.
Okay.
I would agree.
Great. Our text lines are open. We will take a short break, but when we come back, we're talking all about robot chefs, because Omnia loves to make me hungry on the show.
I love food.
I love food too, unfortunately.
Check this out. Check this out. Pulse 95.
Dinner is served, ladies and gentlemen.
He's looking for that bell.
Oh, Omnia knows me too good at this point. She knows me too well, and it's kind of starting to get scary. Where's the bell at, Omnia? Order
Like
up.
Tom and Jerry.
Order up. We have a beef
What?
sirloin steak for the Madame Omnia Saleh.
Madame.
Right?
I think you should fix it up.
That's fine dining?
Demoiselle.
Demoiselle? What?
Demoiselle.
I don't know French.
Or mademoiselle.
All I know is
Mademoiselle.
oui croissant.
Oh, my
French
Lord.
fries. But, ladies and gentlemen, let me rephrase that. Can you please hit the doorbell one more time, or the
What
ring,
doorbell?
or the ring bell, or the ring?
The bell.
Omnia, your food is ready for you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about robot chefs that can cook your dinner. That is the future, Omnia. I think I need this because you always make me hungry on the show. And I believe that this would be great because as I'm doing the show with you and you're making me hungry, I can just send a message to my robot chef at home and tell him, hey, boss, what am I craving today? Feta cheese pasta. What was it called?
That's simple.
You didn't like it?
No, that's simple to do for.
I want something hard.
Yeah, I think you would need like.
Mensef.
That you would need an Arab chef for that.
An Arab robot
chef.
A robot AI. أهلا وسهلا فيكم.
It'll tell you, okay, so roll up your sleeves. You're about to dive into the mansab. But to give you a little bit more detail about this new robot chef that we're talking about today, it is not your typical robot chef. It is one that has been trained by one of the most well-known chefs that was actually the winner of BBC's Master Chef TV competition back in 2011. This chef was able to train what is known today as Molly Robotic Kitchen. It is capable of cooking endless plates, whether it was big feasts, for the holidays, even Ramadan, I feel like he would come in handy. And people have been falling in love with it because it's also able to clean up after itself. It's able to cook some of the most fine dining plates that you could potentially think of, and it is capable of feeding lots of mouths all at the same time.
And not only that, Omnia, I do believe it would be a little bit more hygienic.
Mm-hmm,
Wouldn't you think
100%.
that? I mean, robot
You won't
chefs.
find cockroaches and hair in the
Oh my God! Please stop, Omnia. Please. I think that would be amazing because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and just like Omnia said, no cockroaches, no hairs. Alhamdulillah, I've never faced that issue in all my years of eating. But fine dining it is. But ladies and gentlemen, we have the halftime show. The only place to be at 3 with the man himself, Omar Al-Duri.
The energy is back.
I miss introducing you and your show. Omar, you look amazing. You got the red shirt on. It just screams the halftime show. The only place to be at 3 with the man himself, Omar Al-Duri. T-minus 7 minutes before it kicks off.
You know what it screams?
What does it scream?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Sama!
That was a nice one.
Yeah.
That was a nice one. Happy
I like
birthday,
that. I like
Sama.
that she threw that in there.
Omar,
Tell me what's up.
tell me what's up
I'll
about
tell you
what's
what's
happening
up.
on the halftime show.
Well, it's not cockroaches, but one thing I
Oh
will be
my
talking
God.
about for the new year is tips to be beating the sugar addiction that a lot of us face.
Why are you eyeing
I
me like
love
that?
this topic.
Yep,
I don't
yep.
like this
I want to
topic.
listen now.
Well, I do a lot of research, and when I do a lot of research, one of the guys that I do research is Dr. Mark Hyman, who's huge in the industry. And one of the things he spoke about recently was tips to beat the sugar addiction, which we all face. I have a sweet tooth myself, and so this time on the halftime show, that's what I'm going to be talking about today.
I love this.
Do you live with me?
Clearly not.
Because I literally had this debate or this argument with my mother yesterday because, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I need comfort food. So I ordered Cinnabon, and then I ordered a dozen donuts.
Oh boy.
I
and
thought
I
he
ate
asked
them
for
all.
soup.
And I need the comfort food. And Mama's like, Hanny, you have a problem. You have she said, you have a problem. You have an addiction to sugar. And then today you're coming out with this, Omar. And,
Throwing him under
thinking
the
about
bus.
it, I don't have problems with burgers. I want to eat pasta. I don't care about pasta. But I want to eat my donuts and my pancakes.
Well, actually, I'll tell you one thing, and no spoiler alerts before the halftime show, but carbohydrates do break down into sugars.
See, this is what I was going
Yes.
to tell you about. The issue is you can cut out sugar. Like you can cut out dessert. But then when you find out how much sugar is in everything.
Absolutely.
In the yogurt, in the juice, in literally everything.
Even Omar's tongue is sugar. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an Arabic compliment. But 4215, let us know what your guys' thoughts are. We have the halftime show, the only place to be at 3, kicking off in 5 minutes. Keep Pulse 95 locked. If I keep going like this, I'm going to get a fever.
Oh my God.
man.
Thank God you don't have a fever.
I love you guys. I love everyone.
Stay safe, people.
If you liked this episode of Future Talk, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.